Bro, you know... Hold on. Hold on, dude. Oh, yeah, we chilling. Oh, yeah, we chilling. You know what I think of when I do that? Wait, hold on. What prompt should I use? Flight. Brother. Brother. Wait, hold on. It's this one. What is this? He sounds like man, not an NPC, but like a character from a indie horror game. That's what he reminds me of there. Man, what is this?
Of some bees, he somehow managed to capture an amazing shot of a bee collision.
Okay. Okay, dude. Yeah, how's it going, man? How's it going, gang? Dude, flight laughing compilation part 1. How in depth could this possibly be?
Where is he running to, bro? Dude's running like somebody said dinner's ready downstairs. Hey, James. Oh, you should have walked over him, James.
You know what? Wait, hold on. I'll let him finish here. There we go. Man, it's like he's signaling back to the mothership, dude. You can hear dolphins when you close your eyes. Wait, hold on. Close your eyes one more time. Nigga, what you want? No, that wasn't really a dolphin. Next one.
That man was scared of Mello. Mitchell was scared of Mello. Didn't even back up his own teammate.
There you go. There you go. What are we doing now? All right, dude. So today I kind of want to just yap, and I want to improve this score, dude. How's it going, Hassan? I want to improve this freaking score, dude. What is this monstrosity of a score above me? What is this, dude? Hold on. Hold on. That is horrible. Like, probably the worst score you could possibly look at, dude. How do I get 65 losses? Play you in Tekken once, you're bored? I'm sorry, dude. I'm only going to do what I'm in the mood for. And I'm not in the mood for some Tekken right now. Do we get 50 wins before we get 100 losses? I don't know, dude. I don't know. I think what I'm going to do moving forward, I'm going to have some dailies that I do every single day. So obviously, I think what I might do, because I really want to learn a language, and Duolingo is probably the worst way to learn a language, but it's probably the only way I can learn a language at this point. So I think we're going to do a lesson of Duolingo, dude. And man, so there's a bunch of like Wordle related games. There's like Bandle where there's Foodle where you can guess the food, Bandle where you can guess the song. Duolingo, you can learn a language, like you have daily lessons, is really easily consumable. So I think I might have some like ridiculous junk like that, dude. Honestly, like on everything, I might have some like dailies that I do every day. I might have some dailies. I might have some dailies. But let's get this junk booted up, dude. No new news coming from me today, except for the fact that I took a really cute picture of my cat. You want to see a picture of my cat? This is my cat. Kitty! 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 She has one leg here. She has one leg. One leg. But dude, this is what I like. I kind of want to learn a sport at the same time, dude. The reasoning behind that is I don't know any sports. How's it going, Zorn? Kitty! You won't be surprised if I make that my wallpaper. Bro, this is actually my wallpaper. It's the Swedish Alps. I really want to go there. You guys are doing good. Hey, that's awesome. Are you guys big into sports or nah? Like, I'm not big into sports at all, dude. If you told me like the only people that I know from basketball is LeBron and Steph Curry and Kobe. Those are the only people that I know, dude. Those are the only people I know from basketball, like the terminology basketball. I just know LeBron James, Stephen Curry, and Kobe. Black Mamba. Those are the three that I know, dude. Those are the only three. Not watching, playing, yes. Dude, I don't know a single ounce of any sports. I feel like I should learn. I feel like I should learn just so I have some talking points with people. Like I kind of want I want to learn some sports, dude. Just so I have some talking points with some people. Just like, yeah, you see that fumble last night's game? Dude, I don't know anything, dude. I don't know anything. Did you I don't want to bring up to the dinner table. Did you hear that they're taking down Discord? Yeah. Like they actually are taking down Discord, or like maybe switching things around. So the creator of Discord stepped down. So there's rumors of it shutting down, which I find hard to believe. I highly doubt they're shutting down Discord. Highly doubt it. Like, highly doubt it. What do you guys think? Are they shutting down Discord, or are they going to do like a Elon Musk maneuver? Elon Musk is going to buy Discord. Oh my god. Just like he did with Twitter. It's like the second time. Dude, they say that all the time. They say one thing, and then it's just like, oh, they're going to take down TikTok. Then they finally take down TikTok, then they bring it back the next day. You do badminton and cricket? Dude, one thing that I want there's so many like IRL things that I want to do this summer. So like once the summer kicks off, right now it's currently like springtime. Yeah, I was going XD gamer. Dude, so it's currently like mid springtime. Once summer kicks around, that's when I want to do more IRL stuff. So like I want to learn how to dribble a soccer ball, dude. Like I'm talking like I played soccer back in good old high school, dude. I played soccer all 4 years. I did track all 4 years too. I was a fast little boy. I was a fast little man, I mean. But dude, I want to learn how to dribble a like juggle a soccer ball. Am I Brit? Oh wait, no. You're asking dark. You're ace in soccer? Dude, so like I really want to learn how to like juggle a soccer ball 50 times in a row or 100 times in a row. Ooh, that'd be a good stream idea. I don't end stream until I juggle a soccer ball 100 times in a row. What do y'all think? Has to be on an off day though. I have to have all afternoon. It takes times. No, I mean like if I get like a pair of cleats, dude, I don't think I have my old ones. I think we sold them. But I feel like I should bring that back. I should do like wacky stuff like that, dude. I should. And you know what I should bring back too? I should do you laugh, you loses like every single week, dude. Like every single week. Like I should. I gotta bring that back because that's actually what dude, I love looking at those cringe ass videos, dude. Holy. Hold on, I gotta change the vibe here before we hop. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, boys. It is time. You know what time it is. You know what time it is, right? I think you know what time it is. Now, are we going to get screwed over? Are we going to get screwed over or nah, dude? Let's yap a little bit. Let's do a little yap sesh, shall we? Let's run it, dude. All right, controller, please work for me. Okay, it does. Thank God. Dude, play you sometime after Uno? What if I told you that this is what we're doing today? I mean, if we get a couple dubskis off Ripperoni, dude, that's when I'm gonna hop into a reaction. Because I got a video that I really want to look at. It's the world's biggest scams, and we're not talking about my gambling addiction here, dude. Speaking of that, hold on. Hold on. Will he lose first game? Will he lose first game? I want to make the prediction going for 1 minute, dude. 60 seconds. Run it. Run it. Run it, dude. You gotta go in a bit. Booking a holiday? Damn, dude. I respect that shit. Where to? I like how you guys call it holidays over there. Bro, I wish. We're gonna do online 2 to 4. Join online. Uh-oh. How do you say that? Zek? Is it Zek? Zek? Shek? I think it's Shek. Bro, this is why we gotta do Uno on stream.
Check.
Check! Okay. Bro, should I learn? All right, so what language should I try and learn on Duolingo in the morning as like one of our dailies? Should I learn Russian, German, French, Korean, Japanese? All right, let's clutch this up for the boys real quick. Wait, what do Americans call holidays? We call them vacations. Oh, nah. I pray you guys didn't believe in me. Hold on, can we switch? Hold on, I gotta lock in. I really gotta lock in here. We're with Diesel, Bizarro, and AI Hawking. I got an idea. Get it off me, dude! Get it off me! The goat.
If you learn German, you have to change your haircut and grow a full-on baby mustache.
I gotta shave like my entire beard and make my mustache a pencil mustache. Me speaking Korean would be like watch-worthy. I feel like that would be fun. Let's learn random languages. And the funny thing is, Duolingo is not the right place to actually learn a language. I'm doing it just to learn like maybe like 3 words. Bro, we got a billion 7s. This is bad. Maybe we should learn Korean. Learn Arabic? Dude, I wish I could be like that one YouTuber that learns languages for fun. He knows like 50 different languages. I wish I could be that talented, dude. I barely can pay attention to what cards I have in Uno. But I feel like every single day we gotta have some like dailies, dude. We gotta have some dailies. We gotta do some like, oh, man, kind of like Wordle or something like that. You're down for Korean and French? Oh, nah.
People
I got
on YouTube, get on Twitch SU Timber Power UPR.
W promotion. All right, hold on. Lock it in. Let's get this out of the way. But dude, I feel like we should learn. Switching is enabled, so we're just going to have to strap in for this one. What's you in French? I have no idea. I wish I knew. But we gotta have like dailies, like Bandle, Wordle, Foodle. Just so it's kind of like guess the food, guess the song, like that type of thing. Guess the game. Like I want to do like fun little dailies like that. So that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm losing mostly due to the switching. Hey, you're right. My cards are so bad. No, they're not. Gotta have a little faith in me, dude. I didn't get the 65 losses for a reason. Bad RNG. Oh, also, boys, tonight, I'm going to be making some emotes. I'm going to be making emotes of myself. Oh my god, this is loud music. Let's play this card real quick. All right, what do we vote on? Oh my god. You 99% yes on the losses, dude.
W emotes.
But yeah, dude, I'm just going to make some random emotes of myself. Nah, dude, this is not game over. You gotta remember who I am. I'm a dude who clutched a 20-card loss streak, dude. Like, I went from Uno to 20 cards, and I still clutched it up. Yeah, I don't think you know who I am, dude. I once played an Uno match for 45 minutes just to lose. I wanted to get this card out of the way. There we go. Some of my Uno games have been crazy, dude. Like, actually insane. This is not GG, dude. If he draws a blue, I can do a tactical 0 here. Never mind. I don't want any of his cards. God damn. I'm gonna keep this 0. +4. Thank you for that. Yellow too. Man, we got some pretty ass cards right now, boys. This is not looking good. Am I gonna do Sora emotes? Probably not. But I'll see what it can create. I think the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm just going to create emotes myself and go from there. Just so we got some type of a base to go off of, dude. But boys, if you didn't know that, if you have 7 TV, if you have, or I mean, this is not for YouTube folks. I mean, I can make emotes for YouTube too. But Twitch has 7 TV, which I think I have a bazillion emotes added from there. Hey, watch this. But for that, you have to actually download 7 TV to even use them. Watch this. This card. This card. Hold on. Wait a minute. There we go. Hold on. Hold. Hold. Pause, dude. Pause. I can't afford to lose here. I don't think you understand. My family's on the line. They're being held captive right now. If I don't... Man, what a crazy way of going about things. If you are a serial killer and you kidnap someone and their family, you make them play an Uno game for their life. That is some crazy...
You go after the win or loss.
Hey, that is fair, dude. You gotta plan that holiday. Now, this is bad. This is bad. I can't do anything about this. Skip your ass. This might be GG. This might be GG. It is not GG. Hold on, this might be GG. Do I just draw a card and pray that I get a... That I get a ret? You know what? I'm gonna do it. Or a switch or something, dude. I'm trying to skip or swap. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ooh. All right, we can't play any green. This is bad. GG. Not GG. I always play a randomized Nintendo playlist, dude. Always. I swear it's over if we get a green. If we get a green, it is GG. +2 me. Okay, thank you. Hey, I don't mind that. Okay, a lot was happening. I hit the right button, but it called it as wrong. Bro, another thing that I wanted to do, I want to actively look at the news just so I have a talking point. just so I can just yap about the news, dude. Oh, they're in big trouble, dude. Big trouble. Hold on. Keep it 7. Keep it 7. Brother, am I going to be able to play? Me and Diesel are just looking at the gameplay. Why? What happened to the USA? Nothing really happened to the US. It's just like... Just as like a talking point so I can yap about what's going on. Just so I can yap about whatever, dude. I think that's what we... I think that's what we're going to do. No, we're not cooked, dude. Watch, it's my turn. Hold on. They got 6. They got 5. I got 12. If we... I'm not a political Andy. Oh my god. Can we please switch it to green? Please and thank you. My god, we are not getting any type of green. You know, nothing, it's all good. Bro, hold on, pause, Peak is playing. Ah, shit. If we... Hold on. If we switch with him, they're going to play a 0 to get their shit back, and I still have less cards. Blue, I'm fine with that. Yellow, I'm fine with that. Come at me, dog. Come at me. Bro, I got a freaking 0 on deck. Oh, wait, no, they were... Wait, hold on. We gotta do it. Screw it. Screw it. Gotta lock it in here. Gotta lock it in here, please. Oh, red. God damn. Hold on. They don't have a red. Blue, I'm fine with blue. Bro, no one's winning. Zero? Brother. What kind of tomfoolery is this? We gotta switch that shit to green. You bet no. Bye-bye points. Wait, hold on. No. I can clutch this up. I don't think you understand. You're the true winner here. We got H Soar. Yeah, we did a poll. We did a poll. Got to do some gamba, dude. Got to throw some bands on the table. Speaking of that, should we do like roulette on stream? Should we play like a roulette game? Should we gamble on Roblox? How does that sound? Ah, shit! There we go. I feel like a DJ going back and forth. Hell nah. Do some gamba on stream. Now we make that an IRL, dude. We stream inside the casino. Nah, no way. By the way, lock in. Should we open some CSGO cases? Yes or no? Should we get a knife? Go for gold? Just burn through our entire wad of money. Burn through rent money. How does that sound? Burn through bill money. Bro, we won't have to worry about bills when we get gold. Wait, Gamba's speedrun? Wait. That's a stream idea right there, dude. But it has to be digital currency, because I'm a broke little man in real life. How fast can I burn through my entire check? Put it all in one hand. Put it on one spin. Well, on a real note, I should do like all the gambling all in one screen at the same time. Go big or go home. Put it all in red. We gotta switch this junk. Open Fiend. Why'd they switch it? Bro has green. Pause. Hold on. I feel like once a month we should open up.
Play Yoshi's Island, Mario Kart 8.
No, I'm letting it play at random. Dubsky. He has a 7. No! I'm trying to lock in, dude. This game is rigged. It's called switching for you, man. Is he going to go for me? If he swaps with me. Ah! What? We're out. We're out. What? Bro, everyone DC'd after that. Oh, okay. All right, you guys deserve to get paid. I guess, you know. Hey. hey, you only bet 100 channel points. You only bet 100 channel points. No switching, dude. No switching. No, I mean, we did lose, so I mean, god damn. Wait, you bet 1K? Well, you bet no. Did you bet no? Did you actually? No, it says 100 here total points. Wait a minute. Let's test our reaction speed. We gotta break 60, dude. We gotta break 60. Try it again. Oh my. We're regressing. We're regressing. I know, I pre-fired it, dude. We're going up. Too soon. How'd I pre-fire it again? I know I got 3 MS yesterday. That was because I pre-fired it. God damn! I don't have any, like, crazy pop-ups for biddies, but thank you for the biddies. Which is another thing that I need. I need, like, some kind of pop-up, dude. Open Fiend now? What is Fiend? Are you talking about the Playboy Cardi song? Because I got some takes about that song. Oh my god, we're ass. Hold on. Hold on. Retry. Lock it in. We're gonna go up close and personal here. Hold on. I mean, yep, time for holiday, dude. Hell yeah. Bro, I hope you have a fantastic freaking holiday, dude. Fantastic freaking holiday. God damn. Fantastic freaking holiday. Let me record our loss real quick. Because god damn. Holy 66 losses on deck. This is just not our day, dude. This is just not our day. Hold on. What is Foodle? What is Foodle? Foodle. Play Foodle Wordle online. Foodle. Oh my god, we gotta guess the food. Yeah, how's it going, Yusuf? We gotta guess the food. Alright. Guess the type of food this might be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5 letters long. What food is it? What food can this be? Chicken? No, it has to be 5 letters long, not 6. What? Pizza. Hold on. Yeah, that could be it. Hold on, let's try it. Let's try it. All right, so it has an I. It has an I in it. It has an I in it. Apple? Let's try apple. Bro, let's try apple here. Let's try apple. Let's try apple. I know this is a little crooked here. There we go. Let's fix that junk. Let's try apple. Actually, hold on. We can't use A again. Wait, can we? I don't know how this works. No, that was all wrong. That was all wrong. Oh my god. It can't be noodle. Has an I in it. What's a food? Fries? Yeah, let's try. Has an FR. Okay, has an FR in the very beginning. FR in the very beginning. We're gonna find this out together. I'm brain numb. Fruit. Wait, no. Does it have an I? Wait, hold on. Yeah! That's what we're talking about, baby. God damn. All right, one more time before we hop into the video for today. $84. Bro, we're getting worse as time goes on. We are actually getting worse as time goes on. Let's just hop into the video, dude. God damn. Yeah, today is a shorter stream because your boy has to work. Your boy has to work. Tomorrow is a longer day, though. And tonight, not only am I going to create maybe 5 little emotes of myself, maybe 3. I want to start off tiny, maybe 3 little emotes of myself. I'm going to finish my schedule. I'm almost done with it. It's basically oh, what day should I do what? That type of deal. And I want to do things that I want to do, right? Things that I enjoy doing, which I enjoy doing a lot of things clearly, but at the same time, I'm going to 10x the things that I enjoy. Hey, you'll be right back. Hey, you'll probably come back in time for this video, dude, or maybe in the middle. This is from a dude called Trust Me Bro, which I trust him completely. The biggest scams in human history. And we're not talking about the stream here, dude. I always pay out my gamba.
The word Ponzi probably sounded familiar to you. The biggest scams in human history. The Charles Ponzi scheme. The word Ponzi probably sounded familiar to you and instantly made you think of fraud or scams or schemes. And you're exactly right. Ponzi schemes are an extremely well-known...
The biggest scams in history, honey. Dude, that honey scheme... Having Markiplier guess it back in the day, he guessed it 5-6 years in advance, which is insane. I remember watching that video too. He guessed it to a T. He was just like, where's that money coming from? Where's that money coming from? It sounds too good to be true. And guess what? He guessed that shit. God damn!
And unfortunately well-used type of scam. But what I'm discussing is the original Ponzi scheme.
I feel bad for anyone who fell for that.
Ponzi, a man who ran one of the largest financial scams of his time and was...
The Mr. Beast honey ads, oh my god. That probably made so many people fall for it. I wonder how much money Honey actually made from that.
so influential with his scams that they literally named the method of fraud after him. Charles Ponzi didn't necessarily invent the Ponzi scheme technique, but he did have one of the most impactful uses of it originally, making him the grandfather of financial fraud, scams, and the Ponzi scheme. Charles was born on March 3rd, 1882, and he had likely one of the longest names I've ever seen. His full name was Carlo Pietro Giovanni Guglielmo Tebaldo Ponzi. That's right, that's 6 names. Like, is it 1 first name, 4 middle names?
He could have like 6 different licenses with a different name for each.
And 1 last name, 2 first names.
Bro was made to be a scammer.
Names, 6 first names. I don't know. It may not come as a surprise that Mr. Charles, 6th-name Ponzi, was born in northern Italy, in case the names didn't already give that away. According to interviews and his own biography, Ponzi found a love for earning and spending money at a young age. And he even said, quote, "Spending money seemed the most attractive thing on earth." Now, that's easy to say when you're spending time in universities with your rich friends and they're covering your tab. But once you need to start paying your own bills, that's when things get tough. And that's exactly what happened to Charles Ponzi, as he ended up leaving university with no money in his pocket and no diploma to show for his time at the school.
Bro gotta be employed.
Ponzi decided that his best course of action was to follow in the footsteps of some of his family members and go to America to seek new opportunities. Now, in the late 1800s, early 1900s, that was relatively common, and a lot of Italians were emigrating to the United States from Italy, although not many of them ended up doing what Ponzi did. After arriving in America, Ponzi worked odd jobs, trying to get some sort of cash flow in this new life he had begun.
Never trust an Italian salesman. Noted.
Although he couldn't hold the job down for long because he was often caught stealing. Once he likely burned too many bridges in the States, he then decided to move to Canada. Once in Canada, he found his first real career as a bank teller at a bank that was specifically made for Italian immigrants coming to Canada.
Oh, damn.
He was obviously a shoo-in, and because of this, combined with his people skills, he was able to quickly climb the ladder of the company. And this really marks the turning point, where his petty theft turns into widespread financial fraud. Now, it wasn't with this bank where he committed the fraud
What did bro do?
Discussing, although it's definitely where the seed was planted, because the bank that he was working for actually ended up going under, because the founder of this bank, Luigi Zarassi, was actually running a Ponzi scheme out.
Ooh, and he was the shortest one out of the group too, out of the gang. Raise your hand if you're if you're the shortest one out of your group of friends. Honestly, I don't know if I am. I think I'm like third. I think I'm third. That's skill issue. What if bro like wore like stilettos to increase his height? Like what if bro wore shoe inserts? Maybe that's what he should have. Honestly, that isn't the worst idea for marketing, dude. If you really think about it, having a tiny person sell shoe inserts for men to increase their height, right? I mean, I'm probably not the only one to think of that.
Out of this bank, offering high interest rates to customers and paying out those interest payments from new deposits. And once this bank collapsed, Ponzi's career also collapsed, leaving him once again with no money and no direction. And during this time, he actually got caught with a fake check and went to prison for 3 years, which he served. And then after his time was up, he went back to the United States. And once back in the States, he obviously started a new life, right? He was a clean man. He went to jail. He learned his lesson. No. His first job, once back in the States, was actually smuggling Italian immigrants into the United States, which he got caught for and served an additional 2 years.
Nah.
After his second stint in jail
Bro
and
didn't
2 more
learn.
failed businesses, Ponzi decided that it was time to get rich, for real. And this is where his big scheme and all of his criminal career comes together. And he decides to run his first Ponzi scheme. Now, we're going to be talking about Ponzi schemes a lot, so if you're not familiar with what a Ponzi scheme is, in short, it's the old adage of robbing Peter to pay Paul. What you essentially do is take money from Group A. Let's say Group A gives you money because you tell them you're going to double their money. And then you get Group B and C to give you money under the same deal that you're going to help them double their money. You take Group B and C's money and give it to Group A. You officially now doubled their money. But now Group B and C want their money doubled, right? So you need Group D and E, new investors, to pay Group C and B. And essentially, it's a never-ending cycle where you need new people to pay off old debts, while at the same time keeping the entire lie concealed that you actually don't have the money that you say you have, and that there is no investment or accumulation of wealth going.
Yeah, I'll pay you back, man. I'll pay you back. Wait, where does he get the money?
on. You're simply perpetually in debt and allowing new investors to pay the debt to old investors, and nobody's really making money. And as soon as you stop getting new investors, everything falls apart. That's the long and short of a Ponzi scheme. But what makes a Ponzi scheme so insane is the scale that some people take it, which is what we're going to discuss. So after jail and failed business after failed business after failed job, how exactly did Charles Ponzi plan to get rich? What was the original Ponzi scheme?
I know this is really off topic, but like this kind of reminds me of the people who sell courses on how to become rich. Like, why would you want to pay someone money for information about how to get rich when you can get that same information for free and you're paying the dude? Huh? I never understood that. Like, buying a book on how to make your first $100,000 when you can find that information for free. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know.
Coupons. Obviously, in the early 1900s, like literally 1906,
Buy
there was
my
no
course.
iMessage, there was no Instagram, there's no text, there's nothing. And letters were huge. And during this time, there was something known as an international reply coupon. And what it was basically a courtesy. Let's say that you're in the United States and you're writing a letter to your friend in the United Kingdom. You might pay 25 cents to send your letter to your friend. But as a courtesy, you might not want to make them spend their own money to reply to you because they didn't ask for you to reach out to them, right? So this international reply coupon is something that you would buy, put in the letter that you're sending to your friend.
Damn.
So that when your friend opened the letter, they had a coupon to send you a letter back free of charge to them because you already paid for it.
I'll give you an international coupon response. What? If you want to talk with me, I got to give you this coupon to allow you to talk to me. God damn. How's it going, Harrison?
Makes sense and seems simple enough. But to Ponzi, this wasn't simply a courtesy, this was an arbitrage opportunity. You see, as a scammer, Ponzi was always looking for people to pick up his business ideas. And because of that, he was sending letters constantly to people that he was pitching business ideas to. And one day, he got a letter back from a company in Spain. And this company included an international reply coupon in the letter. And one thing that Ponzi noticed was that the price on this international reply coupon from Spain was different than the price of the ones he could buy in the States. Now, this is
Wait a
interesting
minute.
because on paper, all of the coupons are supposed to have the same cash price. But because of World War I, inflation affected different areas differently, meaning that although the prices may have remained the same, the values of the currencies have not, which meant that there was an opportunity for Ponzi to make some money. For simple math, let's say that you in the United States could buy one of these reply coupons for 5 cents USD, and your friend in the United Kingdom could buy a stamp for 5 pence. Assuming at one point these currencies had the exact same value, both you and your friend are paying the same amount for these coupons. However,
Take notes.
inflation affected the UK more than it did the US during World War I, and now the Great British Pound is worth 10% less.
We're learning about schemes right now and scams. Preferably the the biggest ones in history.
Compared to the US dollar, there's
Take
an opportunity.
notes.
Because while the prices of each of these items is still the same, the relative value of the money that your friend in the UK is buying them for is less. Meaning that if you converted 500 US dollars for 550 Great British Pounds, you could get 11,000 international reply coupons. And if you sold those 11,000 international reply coupons in the United States, you would get 550 US dollars. So through this clever strategy, you were able to turn 500 US dollars into 550 US dollars. And that's the basis of this scam. And while that process is known as arbitrage,
Taking notes
isn't
for
a scam,
stream.
that's just an opportunity that exists between markets. What Ponzi ended up doing definitely was a scam. Ponzi started claiming that he could give people big returns because of this arbitrage opportunity. And he told potential investors that he had people all across Europe that were buying up these coupons in bulk, shipping them to the States where he was selling them for a profit. And that,
Boys, buy my course. I'll make you rich.
if you as an investor were looking to make some money, simply give him your money, he will buy these coupons and give you a return. And the return that he was claiming was massive. He claimed a 50% return in 45 days or an 100% return in 90.
In 45 days is crazy work. You know, people want to do anything but work a job, which is insane. I know, right?
90 days. And if you're familiar with investing at all, those are insane returns. Now here's the thing. Experienced investors at the time weren't falling for Ponzi's scheme. They knew his pitch seemed too good to be true. And when they pushed him about how this money was being made, Ponzi refused to give information under the guise that it would help the competition. This obviously wasn't satisfactory to high-level investors, and for that reason they were interested. However, Ponzi was definitely able to fool the common folk. People who had aspirations of getting rich quick and didn't really know any better. And that ended up becoming the basis of the company that he had just started. The securities.
You know what's crazy? That's how people still get scammed. People still get scammed because they want a get rich quick solution, dude. Hell no. You got to put in the reps. That's how you get rich.
Exchange company, a company that would go on to become one of the largest scams of all time. Because of the massive returns that Ponzi was claiming and initially paying out, the word spread like wildfire. And it wasn't long until he had thousands and thousands of customers investing.
You know, this is coming from a very, very, very lower class person.
Millions of dollars directly with him. And it's claimed that at the height of his career, he was pulling in over $250,000 per day, which is over $3 million a day in today's money. But in case this wasn't already obvious, nobody was buying.
Bro, I might be doing Ponzi schemes in the near future. What? What's my name? It's Wexy, dude. Why would I give out my first and last name, my government name? Here's my social security number, too.
These international reply coupons at all. Although that was technically a possible arbitrage opportunity, the operational logistics of operating that sort of scheme would have made no sense for investors. As after you paid people to buy these coupons, ship them overseas, and sell them domestically, that small 10% margin would have been eaten up.
Are you trying to do a scam using my information?
Operating in, the entire thing could have fallen apart anyways. That being said, Ponzi was telling investors that their money was going to fund this arbitrage opportunity, when in reality, it was going into his bank account, funding his lavish lifestyle, and paying out old investors. But all of the fun in games
call me
did not last
Bob?
long, because in the summer of 1920, everything came crashing down for Charles Ponzi. Essentially, what happened was Charles was not only getting popularity through word of mouth, but he was now getting media coverage. And one of the biggest newspapers in Boston, which he was living in at the time, posted a story about him and his rags to riches story, and how he was able to provide such unheard of returns to his investors. It was great publicity and earned him additional millions. However, this newfound attention gathered newfound scrutiny, and it wasn't long until people started to investigate him. And shortly after this great PR came hit pieces, which weren't even hit pieces. They were just basically saying,
yeah,
hey,
we do play some games, dude.
Go get your money. And at that point, investors were like, yeah, I would like to get my money. And once
I do play games, but I'm busy getting my money through the Ponzi scheme.
It was proven that Charles Ponzi was not only insolvent, but also a criminal with a record in Canada and the States, investors were furious.
Dude, you gotta go. Hey, it is fine. I'll catch you later, dog. In like 10 minutes. Oh, that's actually perfect timing. I was gonna give you the heart, dude.
And almost like a bank run.
What games? Dark Souls games, Uno games, any games.
Everybody wanted their money at once, which is obviously impossible with the Ponzi scheme, and the House of Cards officially collapsed. It was later confirmed that Ponzi never sold any international reply coupons within the United States, and at the time of his arrest was $7 million in debt. Keep in mind, this is 1920 money. Charles Ponzi ended up being convicted of mail fraud, and the collapse of his Ponzi scheme actually resulted in the subsequent collapse of 6 other banks. And of course, the financial hardship and ruin of the tens of thousands of investors that trusted Charles Ponzi with their money. Some fortunate investors did receive 30 cents on the dollar back, and some received nothing back at all. In total, investors at the time lost around $20 million, which calculated for today's money is over $300 million. Keep in mind, this is only over the course of literally a year.
Bro made $300 million in a year because people wanted a get rich quick scheme. Not scheme, but like people wanted a get rich quick option. They fell for that. Holy.
The scheme only started to gain traction in 1919, and the entire house of cards collapsed in 2020. And this was also 100 years ago, when the population was much smaller and financial markets were not nearly as developed as they were today. Regardless, Charles Ponzi is a pioneer of fraud and scams, which is definitely nothing to be proud of. And while this definitely isn't the biggest financial scam to ever happen, or even the most famous example of a Ponzi scheme happening, this was the first official Ponzi scheme. And Charles Ponzi is a grandfather of fraud. And for that reason, I knew his story deserved the first spot on
Let's
this
scam
list.
a little
I
bit,
could make
boys.
an entire video
Let's do a little scamming. Let's do a little scamming live on stream. Let's record our scams.
about the craziest Ponzi schemes ever. But I wanted to keep this video about scams diverse.
Bro,
And for
I
that
don't
reason,
have
decided,
any
why not
either,
pick
dude.
The original. Let's move on.
Zero
The Elizabeth
money.
Holmes scandal. What happens when you mix amazing PR with one of the most
Bro, that's why I tell people on Twitch, like if you have a Amazon Prime account, you can Twitch Prime and use Jeff Bezos's money. Let's scam 10-year-olds. Hey, we should. We should teach them a lesson, dude. Use their chore money.
innovative and impactful medical devices to ever be invented? Well, you would get the youngest female self-made billionaire. And her name is Elizabeth Holmes. Elizabeth Holmes went to Stanford University, where she dropped out at the age of 19. And she dropped out because she had bigger plans. She had plans of revolutionizing the entire medical industry. And in 2003, she founded the company in which she was going to do that with. The original name of the company was Real-Time Cures, but it was shortly after renamed to Theranos, a company that is now known as one of the largest scams in venture capital and human history. In 2004, only a year after its founding, Holmes was able to raise a total of $6 million in funding for her healthcare project. And in 6 short years, by the end of 2010, her company Theranos had over $92 million in venture capital investments, which basically just means rich business
Damn.
people.
I still say Ponzi making Ponzi making $500,000 a day is insane.
Invested in her company to help it grow so they could make a return on their investment. The reason why Elizabeth was able to gather almost $100 million in
Is that even feasible nowadays? How would that even be feasible? Bro, Ponzi was like that. Ponzi made $300 million in 1 year.
investor funds in only 7 years after founding the company isn't because she was the smoothest talker of all time, or because she had the craziest arbitrage opportunity. She had a very compelling idea in a market that was extremely profitable. As I mentioned, Theranos is a healthcare company, and the specific goal of Theranos was to develop a machine that could provide the most accurate and comprehensive analysis of your current health through only a minuscule few drops of blood.
Oh, that can easily be a that can easily be a scam. Holy. Yeah, let me take 1 drop of your blood. Yup, you have this. It gives you like an entire list. AI generated results. Blood uses Chat GPT. God damn. Man. This reminds me of the dude. So the dude who made credit card terminals, he gets paid like a cent or two for every transaction that's made on those terminals. Bro's rolling in money. Bro is rolling in money. The dude who made like card payment terminals, god damn, he's making money. He's making like 1 cent for every transaction everywhere.
And the reason she claimed to have had this idea is because she was very scared of needles and realized that blood testing required a lot of
It's kind of like working in a bank and then taking like 1 cent or like a nickel or dime from every single account.
blood and a lot of needles. Although, if you could develop a technology that only required a finger prick to gather important health information, more people would be willing to get this sort of testing. Testing could be done more easily and accessibly, and ultimately lives could be improved and even
It's
saved.
his
Just think
machine.
about it.
He
You
gets
could walk
to- he
into a
gets to do
Walgreens,
that.
Prick your finger, put a drop of blood onto a machine, and know basically everything about your body, diseases
You know, it's probably noted as a transaction fee too. if we're being real.
You might be at risk for, diseases you might have, and deficiencies you may have.
You
Why
have
wouldn't you?
every
And this,
STD.
obviously simplified, is the story that Elizabeth Holmes was selling, specifically in the form of the Edison, the machine that Theranos was developing to do all of this magic work, where it could take a few drops of blood and analyze it and even diagnose the patient. Now, obviously, this is a video about scams, not medical.
Nah. I wonder if there's a trend flowing. Like, you have this disease, buy this now. Buy this product that we supply conveniently for your condition.
breakthroughs. So what gives? Holmes had really big ideas, but unfortunately, she lacked big execution and integrity. See, in Silicon Valley, the idea of this up-and-coming medical company with the amazing results was gaining popularity, and obviously that showed with the investments being made. But Holmes' scheme was only further given credibility by the people she was surrounding herself by, specifically well-known, successful, and credible investors, and also board members, as well as former and current members of the United States government. And this was intentional on her part.
Yeah, like, what if the system... Yeah, you're right. What if the system glitched and the previous person had all of these, like, ailments, and it glitches and it loads it on your results?
She wanted to make herself and her company seem legit as possible, which is interesting because
Yeah, dude,
for a
buy
while,
this,
Theranos was in
this.
quote-unquote stealth mode, which
That we
essentially meant
conveniently
that it was
have.
not publicly facing at all. There was no website, no social media, simply a behind-the-scenes product that investors were getting in early before it went to market. Theranos at its peak was valued at over $9 billion and even had a partnership with Wall.
Dude, I wonder if I could do, like, a TikTok shop where I analyze, like, where I can, like, market myself as a phlebotomist, and you send me your blood, and I can send you the test results. It's kind of like the... You can send me, like, 3 drops of your blood, just like this, on TikTok shop, bro. And I can send you the test results. It's just like the ancestry testing. Just like that, except a fraction of the price.
Walgreens, one of the largest pharmacy chains in the entire United States. And this is actually where part of the scam gets dark, because this partnership involved Walgreens using Theranos' Edison device
Bro,
to
I'm good at
diagnose
lives.
patients. But here's the deal.
Hey, I've been
And this is
streaming
kind of
for a
the
while,
encompassing
dog.
issue with this entire situation.
Also, it
Theranos
comes
never
natural, dude. You just
had a
gotta
working
yap.
product. This Edison machine never worked as described. They claimed with a drop of blood, you could have over 200 tests performed. But that was simply never the case. And not only could it not do that, what it did do was typically inaccurate. And obviously, when you're having...
Bro's ADHD kicked in. Stop giving business ideas, dog. You're, like, on a fully higher level more than me. I mean, it's just the way I'm wired, dude. I'm wired differently.
Having inaccuracies medically at scale, you are going to have dire consequences. People getting misdiagnosed. And as a consequence, people could die. Now, for the medical victim...
Do not give me unlimited money, and do not give me unlimited time, and do not give me a team of people. If you give me all those 3 things, time, money, and a team, bro, I'm either going to be really rich or have many years in prison. One of the two.
There is a bit of a silver lining, because Theranos knew that their machine was inaccurate and didn't work fully, if at all. And for that reason, they were sneakily doing
You might see me trending on Twitter for something.
third-party lab testing, essentially outsourcing their blood work to other companies that do legitimate blood work, which at least doesn't put patients at risk, but is fraud when you are telling investors that you are using a proprietary machine and you are still lying to medical patients. If you are telling them that, oh, yeah, you just need a prick of blood, and then you show up at the office and they're like, oh, actually, we need to draw blood for you, but not everybody, only we need to draw.
Now, I have some pretty... Kanye copycatting? Hell nah, dude. I will never reach that. I have some dignity, dude. I have some self-respect, right? But at the same time, dude, I have this idea. It is very illegal because you can't distribute medical devices, right? You can't sell needles, but my idea was making a company called the Needle Box, where basically I sell needles to people who have addictions. Yeah. Yeah, dude. The needle box. Sell clean needles to people who have heroin addictions. Right? Like we're talking like people who need that shit. Amazon Prime to their home. But I sell at a discount, right? I sell at a discount. And you can go on a monthly subscription. You can go on a monthly subscription of needles, dude, on a discount and Prime right to your home. Hell yeah, dude. Dude, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Don't give me a team, don't give me time, and don't give me money. Your dog ate your Ethernet cable? Hey, I can sell another one to you. You want that again? Bro, you wanna go on a monthly subscription for a Ethernet cable from me? Bro, I will drop ship that shit right to your house at half the price.
Draw blood from you, but everybody else gets a finger prick. Just in this situation, you need to get blood drawn. It's still deception in a medical setting, which is never okay. And for all the investors that thought that they were getting in early to this revolutionary medical device, they were actually funding nothing of the sort. And that's where things begin to fall. Because in 2015, a whistleblower from within the Theranos company brought his concerns to
a weekly subscription? I got you covered, dog. I got you covered. God damn. You know, the crazy thing is I'm actually thinking about starting like a little side gig for fun. I'm thinking about like not marketing it on like the main channel or any of my social media. I want to make a separate social media for marketing. Oh my God. I'm thinking like 50 ads a day. How we thinking about that? 100 ads a day. Every single 600 ads a week. 700. Wait, no, I need 700 ads a week. Times that by 3. That's how much outbound I want to be doing a month. For the needle box. Facebook Marketplace is going to be my #1 outreach method. I'm going to be targeting cities that have issues, right? That have addiction issues, right? I mean, I'm not causing the problem. I'm actually helping them out. I'm not spreading diseases. That's my #1 method of ads, right? I'm not spreading diseases. I'm helping you out, dude. Hold on, dude. Wait a minute. Oh, you're back? Oh, I'm dishing out some business ideas, dude. Questionable business ideas. Hold on, dude. Hold on.
A Wall Street Journal journalist. And together, they exposed the lies about the technology and how Theranos was using traditional lab equipment and lying about basically any real innovation. And this is when the floodgates opened, because the following year, in 2016, Walgreens terminated their partnership with Theranos.
All right, here's a little insight for anyone new who's hopping on right now. So this is called the Theranos scam. This is a woman who made a machine that apparently if you take 2 drops of your blood, put it in this machine, it'll list out all the things that you have inflicted onto yourself, all the debuffs you have.
And closed all of their in-store testing centers, and because of this, major investors began to withdraw from the company and even demanded their money back. And only a few years later, in 2018, criminal charges were placed after a lengthy court proceeding where Elizabeth Holmes claimed her innocence.
Now, what I should sell, dude, like I'm telling you, I'm like the Mr. Beast with these ideas. Now, you said, does your kid piss you off? Tired of listening to their shitty sounds? Introducing the belt. You know, I mean, that's respectable. But at the same time, what if I sold you a soundproof pillow that you could scream into? Only on TikTok Shop.
innocence, confidently and proudly, she was eventually convicted of 3 counts of wire fraud and 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, which is honestly a bit light in my opinion. Regardless, she was sentenced to over a...
Dude, that's what I'm telling. Don't give me time. Don't give me money to start up with. Don't.
11 years in prison, where she currently resides to this day. So yeah, this is really a heartbreaking story for many reasons. Elizabeth Holmes seemed like such a promising, bright, young entrepreneur.
Maybe I
and
should
on the
do
surface
that. Maybe
seemed
I
to
should.
pave a path for female entrepreneurs and the entire medical industry. However,
So
in
does it
reality,
show
she was
random
just a
illnesses?
female Steve Jobs
Apparently,
wannabe
yeah.
with the
It's
craziest
not accurate
eyes
at all.
you've ever seen, and a complete disregard for investor funds, any sort of transparency, or for accurate results for the patients that they were working with. Investors were credited back whatever funds were currently available, and hundreds of people lost their job. As at their height, Theranos had over 800 employees.
Bro's gonna surpass Bill Gates. Me selling a pillow that you can scream into. Wait a minute, dude. I really think I should do that. I like low key, like selling shitty things. Like there was one thing that I saw one person selling that has me like on the verge of selling myself, but like angle it a different way. There's a like it's a little tiny crane machine that you can buy, and if you take any daily medications, you can dump your medications in there, and you could use a little tiny crane machine to take your meds every morning. God damn, what?
This story is a really great example of why you should never believe everything you hear. And just because somebody says a lot of fancy words and claims to do things that you don't understand definitely doesn't mean that they actually understand or can do what they're saying. But we still have one more scam to discuss in this video. If you've enjoyed this video so far about the craziest scams in
I'm still thinking about selling a pillow that you can yell into. That is insane.
human history and would like to see a part 2 with more crazy scams and Ponzi schemes,
How's it
please
going,
either leave a
Omar?
like and show support on this video, or literally comment below part 2. If the response is overwhelming, I will definitely make a part 2, because unfortunately there is more than enough insane scams to cover, and I simply can't put them all in one video. But now let's discuss the final entry on this video, the Enron scandal. So far, we've discussed Ponzi schemes, medical fraud, and for this final story, we're discussing accounting scandals. Enron was an American energy, commodities, and service-based company based in Houston, Texas, and it was founded by Kenneth Lay.
And you know what's insane? Dude, AI nowadays is actually pretty wild if you want to mass produce junk. If you do, there's a bunch of free tools out there. Like, let's just say I want to create 100 ads for like Instagram or something, dude. Like, let's just elaborate more on the pillow screaming idea. Let's just say I want to make 100 ads for it, dude. AI generate that shit. And do like post review so you can change the things that are shitty. Wait.
If an energy, commodities, and service company...
Wait a minute.
And that kind of plays into their thing. For simplicity, I'll refer to Enron as an energy company, but they did a lot under...
You're going to subscribe because I'm cool? Hey, dude, you're cooler for subbing, okay? You're cooler for subbing. Now, I am going to, like, I'll just move on.
Their corporate umbrella. Enron was born out of a merger between the Houston Natural Gas Company and Internorth, two relatively small energy companies that existed separately before they obviously merged. And from that merger in 1985 all the way up into the year 2000, Enron grew seemingly exponentially, and not only grew as an appetizing investment opportunity, but also appeared to be a great employment opportunity as well. And at their peak in 2001,
even better,
Enron
dude,
had over 20,000 employees, which is a lot of people whose livelihood depends on the success of your company. Your employees' medication, your employees' children's education, your employees' retirement fund, and their mortgage all depend on the income that they make from working for you. And the reason why I'm emphasizing this is for a reason we'll get into. From the merger until the year 2000, Enron seemed publicly to be able to do no wrong. And by the year 2000, almost everybody with a brain was investing in Enron because of how profitable and successful the company was. They were innovative when
Walmart,
it came to
it sounds like you're on the right track for
their field. And
for
Fortune
rehab.
Magazine even named Enron America's
right?
most
You're on the right
innovative company
track
for 6 consecutive years in a row. So of course there was nothing going on behind the scenes, right? You know what video you're watching. That obviously wasn't the case. Just look at this. From 1998 to 2000, this is what the stock price looked like. This is a very healthy, good-looking stock, right? Now, this is what the stock chart looks like from 2000 until the end of
Oh,
2001.
damn.
Yeah, from over $80 to under 80 cents in a year. Enron's house of cards also collapsed, but it wasn't because they were running a Ponzi scheme
All
or
right.
they had a fraudulent product. It's because they were absolutely fraudulently manipulating their accounting to make their numbers seem way better than they actually were. They publicly disclosed false information to try to deceive investors and company stakeholders. And for a while, it worked until it didn't. Let me give an example of one of the ways they manipulated their accounting to make their revenues look better than they were.
No gist live on the streets in a box, or do I stay in a store? And I kind of live, all of this is fake behind me. It's a set. All of this is fake. I'm actually on the busy streets of New York right now. All of this is fake behind me. All of it is fake. I'm on a set right now, dude.
In the year 2000, right before their bankruptcy and collapse, Enron actually signed a 20-year contract with a Blockbuster. The goal was to develop an experimental
It's a green
online
screen,
streaming
yeah,
service
dude.
of sorts for videos, which, if it worked, could have been huge. But unfortunately, the technology never worked, and only a few years into this contract, Blockbuster actually ended the partnership.
You know, it'd be pretty wild. You know how I have a green screen in the back? What if I had a green screen on a green screen?
Here's the problem. Enron, at the beginning of the partnership, anticipated that this partnership would bring Enron over $100 million in revenue. So, on their projections and in their numbers, they added an extra $100 million. Although, in reality, the partnership brought nothing of the sort and was even ended shortly after. That's a massive oversimplification.
Oh yeah, boys. Also, thing with the green screen situation in the back, I'm going to get like little picture frames to put on the wall so I can green screen in different things, right? It's going to be green, like, rectangles on the wall behind me pretty soon.
Of that specific situation. Although it kind of paints a picture of how they were trying to be as generous as possible when it came to their revenue numbers. Imagine the friend who always talks about the stuff they're gonna do, but you know they're never gonna do it. It's kind of like that, you know? They're counting money that's not actually in their hands yet, which in business and in life is extremely unwise. But Enron wasn't only fudging their revenue numbers, they were also hiding a lot.
Hey man, I will give you money. Now, the only money that I will accept is if you have Twitch and you hop on the channel on Twitch and you use Jeff Bezos' money with a Twitch Prime. That is the only money that I will accept.
Lot of their debt. And they did this in a clever yet simple way.
Because that's not your money, that's Jeff Bezos' money.
Essentially, they would take Enron's debt and pass it to side corporations that would literally only exist to hold debt.
You'll give me $0.00. Hey, that's what a Twitch Prime is, buddy. That's what I'm...
And this worked because on the balance sheet for Enron, that debt wasn't there.
Maybe get some other shirts so I don't go invisible. Brother, that is like... Bro, that's the brand. Like, I love being, like, transparent, dude. I'm really transparent with my viewers. Right? I don't hide anything. You can clearly, dude, I don't hide anything. I don't hide a single thing.
So let's just say for simple numbers, Enron had $100 in debt, but they only wanted to tell their investors they had $20 in debt. Well, they would have two side companies that would each hold $40 in debt, removing a total of $80 of debt out of Enron's accounting. This very deceptive strategy allowed Enron to essentially reduce 80% of their debt instantly without actually solving their money problems. Them over-reporting their...
You know, for donations, I do accept pocket lint and paper clips.
revenue and underreporting their debt gave millions of investors and thousands of employees false confidence in the company that they were either invested in or working for. Now, if you're familiar with publicly traded companies, you may be asking, how is this even possible? If you're publicly traded, you have to be audited. And well, they were audited, but the people that were auditing Enron were paid by Enron, and they were paid handsomely.
But I'm wearing a
to not
shirt.
look too closely
You
into
right?
things. And once again, this all began to fall apart when public scrutiny began to rear its ugly head. As in 2001, analysts and journalists both started questioning Enron's financial practices. And after further investigation, the truth came out, investors lost all confidence in the company, and the stock price collapsed within months. And unsurprisingly, in that same year, Enron filed
I'm
for
not
bankruptcy.
hiding. I'm
And at
being
the time, it was the
transparent,
largest
dog.
corporate bankruptcy in U.S. history.
I'm being
and still is
transparent.
one of the largest of all time. The two primary people to blame for this entire situation were Ken Lay, the man who founded Enron initially through the merger, and the company's CEO, CEO, Jeffrey Skeeling. And because of this, both of these men were sentenced. Skeeling was sentenced to 24 years.
From now on, you're gonna do a solid snake meme in the chat. Boys, actually, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Go ahead and download this junk real quick, dude. Go ahead and download this junk real quick. You get to use a lot of emotes, dude.
You guys gonna kiss or fight? Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Saudi ass was like, shut the fuck up, man. Oh shit! He shot Ronald's bitch ass.
Oh man. Please notice you're so beautiful. You know, if you really think I'm beautiful, like the most recent video. Hmm? Hmm? Hmm?
Ronald's.
Bro, can we just watch this? You mean this? Flight reacts, laughing. And no one hears the words. They say, as the talking goes, it's on... Wait, no. It's a one-way flow. Why are we pulling up the laughs? Should I have a laugh track? Should I have a soundboard? Boy, should I have a soundboard where I can put like beeps when I swear and like a laugh track? I haven't seen anyone have a laugh track from like the 1960s. Hold on. 1950s laugh track. Oh my god. Yes, 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 yes. Bro, I think I should have a laugh track button. You know, this is the voice of the people. When I make a joke... Oh my god. What joke can I do? What joke? Want to set up one right now? Dude, I gotta set it up another day. Honestly, tomorrow I might have the time to set one up real quick, but like I have a I need like the software and everything. I need like the software to do this junk. I feel like I should have like man, there's so many that I could do. I need to have a... Hold on. What's a... Like if I hit like a... Let's just say I hit an ace in CSGO or Valorant, dude. Like what's a... Should I have like coming down hotline bling? I should have a button that does this. I feel like I should have a button that has this play and a laughing track, and I should have a bunch of other... I should have like booms, lightning strikes. Absolutely gorgeous vocals, dude. What time tomorrow? Bro, tomorrow I'm going live at 9 o'clock in the morning, AM EST. Or at least it's morning time for me, but it's 9 a.m. EST. I'm not too sure what time that is for you. You mean it so every key is one sound? Play War Thunder? It will kill you. I don't plan on playing War Thunder. Sadly, no. But broski, I got to dip. Actually, do I got to dip? Oh, yeah, this is the end of the video. Let's finish this video real quick. I got 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes.
Years, but only served 14, and also paid a $45 million fine. Han Lei, on the other hand, actually ended up passing away at the age of 64 in between the time of trial and conviction. The collapsing house of cards
64?
for Han Lei and Jeffrey Skeeling was one thing, and honestly, I don't feel bad for—
Speaking of that, boys, if you make any type of money through a full-time job and you have a little bit of money saved up after rent, utilities, expenses, food, all of that fun stuff, if you have a little bit left, if you manage to invest $250 a month, brother, by the time you are 60 or 70 years old, dude, that is like that is millions right there. Millions of dollars. But that's if you're able to, okay? Not everyone's able to invest, dude. But like if you're blessed enough to invest $250, if you invest $250 of your currency into like a 401k Roth IRA or something like that, probably 401k, if you invest into that, dude, by the time you're 50, 60, 70 years old, you are going to be just a millionaire off rip. Off rip, dude. Off rip. But I can't even do that right now. Bro, after everything is all said and done, bro, I did the math. Okay? So I live at home. Okay. Oh my God. Dude, I live at home right now as a 22-year-old, just stacking my money until I have at least 10,000 or 15,000 saved up in the bank, okay? In a high-yield savings account, making me $40 to $50 extra, right? Just for having that money in the bank. But, dude, I am not leaving until I have 10 to 15 saved up. This goes for the people who have good relationships with their parents. Okay, I mean, if you have a horrible relationship with your parents, this does not apply to you. This applies to the people who come home and you have home-cooked meals, okay? And your parents don't mind you saving up a little bit of dough. Dude, stay at home as long as it takes, dude, before you are mentally there and you are financially there to afford moving out on your own. Okay? Okay? Because, or at least where I live, dude, adding up all of my expenses on the high end of my utilities every single month for where I want to go to, where the rent is actually affordable, brother, I'm left with $70 every single month. I am going to immediately be put into hard mode difficulty. $70 every single month on the high end if I get paid the average commission. Now, if I magically spawn in and I lock in at work and I do good, I'm going to be living comfortably. But that's if I lock in at work. If I make the average, I'm spawning in with $70 in my bank account after bills, expenses, utilities, food, pet rent. Yes, there's pet rent, $50 a month, dude. My God. Stay at home as long as you can. If you can, of course. I'm going to be moving out within this year for sure because I want to hit my financial goals. But I'm talking about staying at home as long as you can. Man, I look like a zombie right now. Where do I want to go to? I'm going to still live within the same state because I live in the good old US of A. I want to live in the same state, but on a different end of the state, right? I'm going to upgrade from this room in my family home to my own place, which you might be able to see the kitchen, right? It's going to be like a little studio apartment. Stare into the camera for a bit with a straight face. You know what? I'll make that an emote. I'll save you the time. I'll save you the time. I will make that an emote. I'll call it stare. I'll call it stare. Man, let's just leave, dude. We gotta dip. We gotta go, dude. We gotta go. We've gotta go, dude. We've gotta dip. I gotta work out. I gotta lift. I gotta lift, dude. I gotta work out. I gotta work out, dude. I gotta get beefy. I'm running out of water. Long day tomorrow, boys. Long day tomorrow. Strap in. Long day tomorrow. We're looking at a 2 to 4 hour stream tomorrow, dude. 2 to 4 hour stream tomorrow. So lock in. Same exact time every morning. Gotta dip. Gotta dip. Gotta dip, but I'll catch you later. I'll catch you later. Make sure to text your mom, your grandma, your uncle, your brother today, right? Drink a lot of water, sleep well, dude. Eat well. I gotta dip. I gotta dip. I gotta dip, dude. I actually do gotta dip. Like, on the lokes, I gotta dip. On the lokes, bro. A little part of me wants to play, like, Overwatch or, like, Valorant, dude. But, like, I don't know, dog. I don't know. Maybe I should have, like, a music cue. How do you guys feel about that? Should I have a music cue so you can, like, put your own songs in there? I feel like I should. I should do that with, like, Nightbot or something. So it can be, like, exclamation point music. And you can go ahead and like put in your songs in the queue. I feel like that'd be pretty fire. Pretty fire. I feel like that's what we should do. But I gotta dip again, dude. Just ideas. Gotta dip. Catch you later. I'll be live tomorrow. Catch you later. Bye bye.